The first item on the agenda in this hour is Real Estate Today, which is on any second now. And that segment is courtesy of Howard Johnson Realty Limited of unit number 15 in the Ligony Post Mall in Kingston 6. Today's topic is furnishing for small spaces. And let's just tell you before we introduce our guest that decorating small spaces can be a challenge. But limited square footage doesn't have to curb your style. Whether you're starting out in a studio apartment or choosing to live a more minimalistic kind of existence, guess what? There are many ways that you can maximize your small space to your desire. We have some professionals who are going to help us on this journey right now. We have with us Howard Johnson Jr. of Howard Johnson Realty Limited. As per usual, good morning, Howard. Welcome.
Good morning to you, Richard.
How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm giving thanks, feeling good.
All right. You had a good trek down to Mandeville and back, I take it, on Sunday?
I certainly did, despite the weather in Mandeville and none in Kingston, the opposite that I was expecting, but it was a good day.
I note that from your postings.
Yes,
all right. And we're also joined this morning by Mrs. Angeli Spencer, who is the principal and interior decorator for Ash. Good morning, Mrs. Spencer, and welcome. How are you today?
Good morning, Richie. I'm great, thanks. And good morning to Howard, and good morning to your listeners.
All right, so happy to have you both. Let me start with you, Angeli.
Yes.
We know that storage is usually a great concern for homeowners. What are your favorite storage options for small spaces?
Yes, storage is a big deal. Even when you have a lot of space, you just never have enough storage. So I think what I like to do is recommend and utilize multi-purpose pieces. It's the furniture that serve dual purpose, that is functional as well as stylish and beautiful. So you have to have a place for everything and everything in its place. So storage cubes as like end tables, and like use an ottoman in your living room, for example, as opposed to a coffee table. And then a storage ottoman, you have the comfort, you have the storage, you have the flexibility of it doubling as a coffee table. So that's actually a really good option. And then when you have storage containers, like even in the kitchen or your bathroom, your bedroom, make them decorative. So you have a stack of baskets, for example, in the kitchen to keep your produce. Or you have a stack of storage baskets or decorative hat boxes that you pile together. It can be used as a side table, and then they actually double as storage. And then you choose furniture that offers additional storing. So your bedroom, for example, if you get a bed that has drawers underneath, and that's quite popular now, then that eliminates the need for a dresser as additional storage, for example. So you can make your nightstands have extra drawers. You can go a little bit bigger with a chest size. And so you have a nightstand doubling as a chest of drawers, and then your bed giving you additional option. So, I mean, just like mason jars in your kitchen, you can screw them to the underside of a floating shelf, for example. And so you eliminate a lot of the countertop space and inside your countertop, because then you have the things floating. So those are just some tips.
Those are some really good and neat options. But I wanted to also ask you about barn doors, which we understand is a growing trend in interior designs. Barn doors. What can you tell us about that and how they can help?
Yeah, that's the best new innovation, because what happens is doors typically swing. And so if you're using a door between 30 and 36 inches, that's 36 inches of floor space that you're losing. So you can't place furniture, for example, behind a door in a living room or in a bedroom especially, because you run the risk of the door banging on the furniture or obstructing. So with the sliding barn doors, you take up absolutely no floor space because they just slide against the wall. So that's a lot of space. That's like 9 square feet as much that you gain by using the sliding barn doors. So that's really a great way to great innovation, and it's very, very useful, and it can be used in all rooms, especially like going into a bed from the bedroom into a bathroom, for example, because bathrooms tend to be tiny as well, and you're so restricted by what you can do and how you can swing the doors, for example. So that's a really great solution, and it's not very difficult to accomplish.
Barn doors. Yeah, that's interesting. And he says it's gaining in popularity, eh?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, even it's available here. It's not difficult to switch out. You just buy the track and attach the track, and you can convert your space. I mean, another thing would be it's like sliding doors or even pocket doors. But if the place is already constructed, it's difficult to accomplish that. So the barn doors are a really great option if you're renting or if it's a small space, that you can get that practical use of the space very easily.
Thank you for that, Angeli. Now, Howard, you're the realtor. Let's bring you in on this now. If one is putting their home, for instance, on the market, why is it important to decorate with less furniture?
Well, Richie, you want to let your potential buyer feel that there is ample space for what they're wanting to do. Too often, persons go into a space and it is it's probably a 2,500 square feet property or unit, and when you get inside, it feels like 1,000 or 800 square feet because it is so tight. Mm-hmm. You have to be maneuvering to get from one space to the other. So when you're putting your home on the market, you want to have free movement and you want to have less clutter so that the buyers can actually feel their way around and visualize where they will put their things and not having to think that, okay, well, she already has that there, so I can't fit anything there, but not realizing that when you buy it, it's not going to be there. But that might limit or compromise their vision of the space if you have too many things in there. So it's always wise to use less furniture.
Take the scenario now, Howard, where someone wants to downsize, so to speak. What are some of the factors that they should bear in mind?
Well, again, you need to identify and understand with your family what are your needs and to decide exactly where you would want to have those things placed, because said, okay, we're going to get rid of these big things and we're going to downsize. But when you do so, you actually start to find yourself gathering more things because, I forgot this, I needed to add this. And in a short period of time, you're now back to a smaller space that you have downsized to, but with the same items that you gave up before. So you have to strategically plan what are the needs of your family to decide whether or not downsizing is actually the option and what you can live and live without.
All right, thank you for that. While you were there saying, I almost forgot this, I'm just remembering that I wanted to ask Angeli something relating to lighting, Angeli.
Yes.
How does natural lighting help to make a small space feel bigger? And bring into your response the whole matter of visual separation for us, please.
Right. So just think of the converse. Whenever a room is very dark, it feels very cavernous. So you feel like you're in a cave and it's almost claustrophobic. I mean, no matter what the size of the space is. So the darker the space is, the smaller it feels. So it stands to reason that once it's bright, then it feels brighter. But when you have natural light, coming in from like big windows or a skylight, you actually have the feeling that you're outside and like this sort of freedom and the fresh light and sunlight is coming in. So it actually helps the space to feel bigger because it's lighter and brighter. So people have to think about those things, especially when they're decorating small spaces. So let in a lot of natural light and use light colors, for example, on your walls when you paint. And going back to even what Howard said about identifying with your family the uses of your space and the purpose. Visual separation is very important in small spaces. So if you have a studio or a one-bedroom, you have to think about how you're functioning in this space. And it is important to define the spaces according to their specific functions. You don't want to walk in a room and you just see a big bed and you're thinking, are you going to be eating, sleeping, watching TV, doing everything on the bed? So it's easy to use the way you orient the furniture, for example, or you use like a wall divider or, to separate the space. And you also have to choose furniture that lends itself to that. So we're working from home a lot, for example. You can choose a dining table that can double easily as a desk, as a workspace. And if you can manage you can choose a sofa bed in the interim as the bed that you sleep in. So your sofa doubles as your bedroom, and that's not difficult because they roll out very easily nowadays. They're actually very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So a sofa bed is a really great option. You don't see Murphy beds a lot in Jamaica, but a Murphy bed is also an option in a very small space, which is one that folds up against the wall and looks like a bookshelf or a desk by day, and then it just folds right back down and it becomes a bed. So it's utilizing furniture like that, defining their dining space by choosing perhaps a counter height table. If you have the height in the ceiling that has perhaps like a wine rack or a storage on one side, so you eliminate space for those things. So
Angeli, I feel like I've learned so much just by listening to you this morning, and I'm sure that there's much more that you could share. But really, Absolutely. I want to thank you for what you've shared with us this morning. Howie, I actually am going to take the tip of the day today, and if you don't mind, we thought that we'd share with the listeners that they should possibly consider shrinking their dining table. Because my information is that small round tables aren't just for breakfast nooks. Ditch the giant dining table and give yourself some extra space by opting for a small round dining table instead. Is that a good tip or what?
Well done, Richie. Well done. I should switch the roles and host you next week.
I don't know about that. But I'm going to hand you over to Howie now for the deal on the edge after you hear this. Let's get that deal, Howie.
Make this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse located in the gated community of Portmore Country Club your home today. This house is fully furnished, featuring a cozy living room for all your downtime, a kitchen, washroom, a balcony for your relaxation, and a backyard that may be great for a small garden. We're asking $1,000 for this property. You can contact Narda Sterling at 419-6249. That's Narda Sterling at 876-419-6249.
All right, and as we always say, good luck. Good luck, Narda. That should go off your hands quite quickly. I want to thank then, of course, Angeli, and Angeli is Angeli Spencer, Principal and Interior Decorator for Ash. And can you be easily reached, Angeli?
Thank you, I can. It's my name, Angeli Spencer at me.com.
All right.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Spencer Home on Instagram.
All right. We appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And where can you be reached?
Thanks for having us.
We are located at Unit 15 Ligonier Post Mall. That's 115 Hope Road. You can visit our website at www.hjrealtors.com. Social media handle is at HJRealtors with an S. Or give us a call at 876-620-1457.
Thank you, Angeli. Thank you, Howie. You both have a wonderful day today.
Yes, Richie,
Thank you.
I feel a part
you.
2 coming with Angeli, so stay tuned.
I am right with that. Thank you very much, because she has a lot to say and a lot for us to learn. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right. There you have it. 13 minutes now it took us to get through that, I tell you. And you see, had he told me that before, I would have said, Angeli, hold that until the next program. But we got a lot from her. And we learned a lot, too. All right, join us again next Wednesday when, once again, we'll have it for you. Real Estate Today, sponsored by Howard Johnson Realty Limited of Unit Number 15, Ligonier Post Mall in Kingston 6.